meet me at my worth. And
Yeah.
we were all like, wow,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And anybody who can't do that, that doesn't mean they're not worthy of you.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
That means that they need to either attempt,
Mm-hmm.
try, learn,
Mm-hmm.
find out enough about you to be able to figure out what that is. And
Yes.
that's not money
Yep.
because you listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I
Mm-hmm.
might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In the in our society right now,
Mm-hmm.
black women are making a lot more money for the
Mm-hmm.
most part than black
Yeah.
men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job
Mm-hmm.
and is a good man and is good to you
Mm-hmm.
and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can,
Mm-hmm.
because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill, as long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've handled the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then, that is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no, I need somebody to, who is, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have, well,
Keep looking,
keep your
girl.
list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you, hope it happens. Go and keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you,
Yes.
I know people whose men can't touch what they make.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
I want to let the whole clip play, man, because I think a lot of people, especially the women, they hate Tyler Perry from that perspective, because they always say he always pushing struggle love. You know what I'm saying? Where the sisters really got to understand what he really talking about is the same thing that Kevin Samuels was talking about. Get with the man that actually like you. And we're gonna go back through the clip because I want to touch on some of the things that he said. But to put it out like black women are just like clearly making a lot more money than black men is kind of, I don't want to say inappropriate, but it's like by the numbers, they're not making that much more money than black men. And the ones that are, it's a very small amount of them that's doing that. So it's kind of weird when he jump into this bag of saying it like that. But a lot of the women need to hear this, because it's like you putting all your eggs into that money basket, and that's not what sustain relationships. We see almost every day these rich people getting divorces. Money don't make people stay. Money ain't gonna make you like nobody. Money ain't gonna make that man treat you no better. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of what they say. I'd rather be crying in a Bentley than crying in a Toyota. But some of them sisters that's riding the Toyota, they not crying at all. So it's all about perspective. It's all about priorities. And a lot of times when you talk about these sisters that move with this type of mindset, they priorities be fucked up at the end of the day. Let's continue.
Meet me at my worth. And
Yeah.
we were all like, wow,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And anybody who can't do that, that doesn't mean they're not worthy of you.
Mm-mm.
That means that they need to either attempt, try, learn, find out enough about you to be able to figure out what that is.
Yes.
And that's not money.
You know what's scary about these type of conversations? It's because it's like, obviously we live in America where money is God in America. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, to try to get somebody to understand that life is not about money is a hard concept to push in America. So it's really, you almost fighting a losing battle where it's like you really got to be talking to some sisters that really got a good head on their shoulders to get that across in America. Because your worth should not be tied to your money. Your worth should not be tied to your bank account. And for a lot of the sisters to be putting that out there like that, because think about it, you didn't work your whole life to get this money, but do you really love yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, we see it all the time where these sisters and brothers, they got all this money, but you can clearly see by their actions they hate themselves. So what should you really base? What should you base your worth off? Will be my question to anybody that's out here chasing the bag. What are you really worth at the end of the day? Because if all you care about is money, yeah, man, I feel sorry for you, man. For real, for real.
Because
Yep.
because you listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black
Yeah.
men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but
And to say it like that, right? It make it sound like on average, the average black man is making less money than the average black woman, which that's just not by the numbers. For him to say it like that, the numbers of women that's really outpacing men, where they really in that tax bracket of making that type of money, was like, oh man, like she making a whole lot more money than a black man. It's not that many of them out here, and let's be real. It's probably enough black men that's in that tax bracket, but they probably already married. The issue that a lot of the sisters is having when they get to that tax bracket, they having to move like a man. And what I mean by that, they're looking for somebody to play their wife, because the average man is not going to come in and play the wife role to a woman that's being in that breadwinner type of role. The characteristics that come with being a breadwinner is not the one of a wife. So she's looking for a wife in a man's body, and most dudes are not going to sign up for that. That's why a lot of the sisters that make that type of money struggle with that. And I want to go in the Bible right quick, because essentially what this sister doing is wearing the pants at the end of the day. Watch this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination to the Lord thy God. Now, why did I get this? Because obviously we understand when you look at the history, a lot of the sisters, they started fighting to wear the pants when they was going out into the workforce. I don't know if y'all know the history of that in America. Women started wearing pants because they was fighting to try to go to work. So let's read it again. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Now we already know the saying, who wear the pants in a relationship? We already know that's supposed to be the men. So when women push to get those jobs and stuff like that, you putting yourself in that dominant manly role, because you basically putting yourself in a position to provide for a household. I don't care how you slice that, but that's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You got all the skills to be a provider, to put yourself in a position to provide for not just for yourself, but for other people. And let's be real, most women that make that type of money, they're not trying to provide for other people. That money is for them. But God telling you right here, I know this is on a literal level where you're not supposed to wear pants as a woman. You're not supposed to wear dresses and skirts as a man, but you can look at this on a spiritual level too. You're supposed to stay in your role as a woman as well, because let's be real, most of the women that's out here grinding and making that money like that, if you was to really sit them down and say, okay, listen, you got a man over here that's making more money than you, but he gonna need you to change the way you operate to be his wife, they're not gonna be able to do it. Why? Let's read it again. Verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment, for all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God. Now, I want you to look at this, right? I know growing up, all we heard that was abomination was homosexuality. Well, God telling you right here, a man wearing a dress or a skirt is abomination. A woman wearing pants is abomination. It's spirits that come behind it. You can't be no masculine man walking around in a dress or a skirt. You can't do it. You're not gonna be no feminine woman walking around with pants on all the time. It just is what it is. It's spirits that come behind these things, and we don't look at it like that. But it is what it is. That money thing gonna have a lot of y'all burnt up. It is what it is.
But for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job, and is a good man and is good to you, and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money. All I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've handled the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I really want to touch on something right quick, because this type of concept sometimes be irking my soul, because it just show you just how far away we are from what actually matter, and how these sisters really be going hard about the money thing. But it's like, when you look at them, how they moving after the money, but at the same time they're complaining about being mistreated. Let's be real. Most of these dudes that get the money, they move with a mindset like they don't have to treat you well. It is what it is. And according to how y'all move, when they treat y'all badly, they don't, because y'all stay. But these dudes that he might not have had the skill set to be a multimillionaire, but he got integrity. He got high character. He not gonna cheat on you. He not gonna beat on you, right? He gonna get up and go to work every day. I want to read something right quick. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 29 and verse 21. The chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame. Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house. Be it little or much, hold thee contented, that thou hear not the reproach of thy house. And I feel like this is one of the things where our sisters really need to come in contact with right here. Whether you got a lot of money or a small amount of money, you need to be content with what you have, right? Because let's be real, the reason why our sisters move the way they move in society is because they think it's more, it means you more important. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like they think because you have a lot of money, that make you a better person, and it don't. Let me read it again. He said, the chief thing for life is water and bread and clothing and a house to cover shame. So these are the four things that you literally need to survive life. You need water, bread. So you need water, food, clothing, and a place to stay, right? So watch this next verse. Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house. Now, the way that I would break this down, right, is a lot of the sisters that be up in those high tax brackets like that, let's be real, they be having a lot of student loan debt. They be in debt like hell. So imagine, right, you got the brother that's working a good job, he got a trade job, right? But his lifestyle is not glamorous, right? But he not living under no debt. He don't owe nobody no money. Let's read it again. Better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage. So he don't have the flashy lifestyle. He don't have the flashy house where he got, you know what I'm saying, 20,000 square feet. Or, you know what I'm saying, a whole acre in the backyard. He not living that type of lifestyle, but he don't owe nobody. He said better is the life of a poor man in a mean cottage than delicate fare in another man's house. Because you live in lavish, but let's be real. Let's look at the numbers in America. Credit card debt is through the damn roof. Student loan debt is through the roof. A lot of people is living above their means, so it's like they chasing the looks, they chasing the glitz and the glamour, but they really living messed up lives. So you will look down on a man that's just living an honest life. He not, you know what I'm saying, dissatisfied with his lifestyle, but you need to keep up with the Joneses. You're gonna fall into a snare moving like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not a good mindset for the sisters to have. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back.
Fine.
Yeah.
But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no. I need somebody to, who is, they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have. Well, go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you. Hope it happens. Go on, keep your list.
I don't know if y'all know this or not, but the equivalent of what he just said was buy a dog and die alone. That's what he just said. Because essentially, you trying to move off this list that you made up in your head. You don't care about if this person is a good person. You don't care if this person loves God. You don't care if this person got integrity and character. You don't care if he's going to be a great father, a great husband. You don't care about none of that. You looking at this list of things that, let's be real, these same list of things is what women complain about, how oh, we can't live up to the society standards. But they turn around and do it to the men as well. It's weird. It's really weird. Let's go into the Bible and see what type of man these sisters really should be looking for, because money really ain't on the list. Now, obviously, you shouldn't be with no man that can't provide. But what is he supposed to provide for you? We already talked about it. Food, clothing, water, and a house to cover shame. The Bible don't tell you that he's supposed to provide for you a lavish lifestyle. That's not what the Bible tells you that he's supposed to do. Now, if you find you a husband that's willing to do that, all praises. But for you to be literally looking for a man that can do that, you might run into a Nabal. Very rich, but he was an asshole. It is what it is. Watch this. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 and verse 25. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter. But give her to a man of understanding. The Bible didn't say give your daughter to a rich man. It didn't say that. It didn't say check his foot size. It didn't say check his rod. It didn't say, you know what I'm saying, check his bank account. It said give her to a man of understanding. What does understanding mean according to the Bible? Because a lot of people, they get into these bags, when we see it all the time. We watching these celebrities get married. We watching these couples come together, and you think that it's going to be a great situation because one of them has money or both of them has money. But neither one of them have understanding. It is what it is. Watch this. This is Job chapter 28 and verse 28. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. And to depart from evil is understanding. So as a woman, you really should be looking for a man that can depart from evil. So when all these different situations and scenarios come up, he can move with wisdom and say, okay, look, babe, we ain't going to do that. Right? Like the scriptures tell you, it say a wise man will see the trouble coming and will hide himself. What does that look like? Okay, it's look like the end of the world coming. Okay, we're going to start stacking up food. We're going to start doing this. We're going to start doing that, because I see some things coming down the line that if we don't prepare for it, we're going to be in a bad situation. That's a man of understanding. It say, and to depart from evil is understanding. So when you see all these different things happening around the world, what are you going to do to not be around, or to try to shelter your family from that evil? What are you gonna do? Okay, so when your family might, let's just say these wicked holidays coming up, right? A man of understanding is going to be doing things to help his family stay away from those things, right? He's gonna be keeping the Sabbath day, right? No pork, shrimp, crab, lobster in the household. His children are in order. The wife is in order, right? They keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's a man of understanding. Sisters ain't talking about no dudes like that, because one of the things that a lot of sisters don't like when dealing with a man of understanding, let's go get it right quick. It's one of my favorite verses. I know they don't like this thing. They don't like being told what to do, but it is what it is. This is Genesis chapter 18 and verse 19. For I know him that he will command his children and his household after him. Because that's what a man of understanding is going to do. They are going to command you what to do. If the man of understanding of the household, right, a godly man of the household, if he got to keep the commandments, you gonna keep the commandments. So if he gonna be getting away from evil and departing from evil, you got to depart from the evil. Let's read it again. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the way of the Lord to do justice and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken of him. Because that's what a man of understanding is going to do. They're going to do justice and judgment. They're going to keep the way of the Lord. That's what a man of understanding is. It didn't say anything about him making a bunch of money. Now, obviously, in the scriptures, Abraham was a pretty wealthy brother. Isaac was a pretty wealthy brother. Jacob was a wealthy brother. But that's not a prerequisite for you to get married to a man. If he can sustain life and make sure you good, that's all that matters. If he got understanding. You being in this situation where you thinking you should be living this lavish lifestyle. I don't know if y'all know this or not. America about to blow up, man. And y'all sitting out here looking for the money. That money ain't gonna mean nothing when this shit on fire. Crazy. Let's get some more. Watch this. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 11. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. So when we talk about an inheritance, right? We talking about money, right? So in these situations where you got a lot of money, if you're not passing no wisdom with that, it's a waste of time. Let me read it again. Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by it there is profit to them that see the sun. Because you need wisdom to go with that. Because if you don't pass the wisdom down, those that's born after you, that's what it means. Those that see the sun, that mean they're alive. So if you don't give no wisdom to them, you just giving them money for them to destroy their lives. Because when you read the scriptures, a lot of people, they do evil with a lot of money. It is what it is. Verse 12, for wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Because you can have a lot of money and you can have a lot of wisdom. But if you ain't got the wisdom to do what's right, you're going to destroy yourself. It's not going to breathe life into you. It is what it is. I know people don't want to hear it like that. I know the black women going to say, oh, we tired of struggle love. I don't know if y'all know this or not. Y'all not getting no love. That's the damn issue. That's the issue. Y'all looking at situations like looking for the bag. Y'all not getting anything. Y'all getting broken hearts, babies that the man don't want to take care of. Y'all not getting what y'all want. Y'all got to start changing y'all mindset. This Romans 12. You need to change your mind. You need to renew your mind, because the way that y'all going about this thing, it don't work. It don't work.
But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you,
Yes.
I know people whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
It's crazy because it's weird that women don't. It seems like women don't really care about that. And it's crazy that our sisters always bring up struggle love, you know what I'm saying? Because the scenario that he just gave is kind of, I ain't gonna lie, that's wild as shit. Where she paying all the bills and all you pay is the light bill, that's weird, first and foremost. If you got a real job, you definitely, like, obviously it's an exaggeration, you know what I'm saying? Obviously. He just trying to give an example. But that's not normal, right? But the issue that the sisters is having is they call it struggle love. I don't know if y'all know this or not. Marriage is hard, whether you got money or not. I don't know if y'all know that or not. All these celebrities getting divorces and y'all still ain't figured that out yet. That's the crazy part. Watch this. Let's go in the Bible one more time. Watch this. This Bible, no. You already know, we going straight Bible. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 28. But and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned, and if a virgin marry, she had not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. I want y'all to really pay attention to what he just said. Let me read it again. But and if thou marry, thou hast not sinned, and if a virgin marry, she hath not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh. Because you're going to have issues in your marriage, bro. It is what it is. You can't avoid it. Just because you have money don't mean that you're not going to have problems. Like they say, more money, more problems. It don't matter. You're going to have problems in your marriage. That's what he's talking about. That's why he said, but I spare you. When you read from the top down, he was trying to get brothers not to get married. He was telling them to stay single. But he said, if you're going to do that, ain't no sin in you getting married. Ain't no sin in a sister, you know what I'm saying, wanting to get married. But when you do get married, it's going to be trouble in the flesh. But I'm trying to spare you from that. I'm trying to save you from going through that trouble, especially in this day and age. Because I'm getting to a point now where the way a lot of the brothers think, y'all shouldn't get married. I'm going to just be real. A lot of these brothers, I wouldn't advise it. You should be single, bro. Most of these sisters, you should be single. You should leave it alone. It's not for you. It is what it is. But, you know, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man, because I know a lot of people felt some type of way. You know what I'm saying? But the sisters really got to change their mindset first and foremost. And it's like this been the message that Tyler Perry been writing in a lot of his movies. And I know black men feel some type of way because it paints us in a bad light. But it's in a way, it's almost like he got the dramatizing situation because he trying to get the sisters to see, hey, you might need to deal with the bus driver. You might need to deal with the brother that's working at the plant. You're working at the warehouse. If he gonna actually love you, okay, where the dude living in the mansion treating you like shit. He cheating on you in the whole nine, which is the same thing that Kevin Samuels was trying to get the sister to understand. You want a high value man, you willing to share? Because that's what they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You put yourself in a situation where he can get away without paying you some money, he's gonna do it. So you in these bags where you chasing after this man with this money, you should be chasing after the man that's chasing after God. It is what it is, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. I'm out.